Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report, part of the Evergreen Podcast Network, show number 326 for Thursday, April 11th.
How many times have we used that intro, Scott?
A little over a year, I think.
I'll bet it's been a little longer than that.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'd have to look. I don't know. Make producer Dave look. Give him something to do.
Yeah.
Why? Is it getting old?
No.
Okay, you're all right. Scott Hammer, Ron Miller coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter from the Dominator Race Products Studio. Tonight on the show, we'll be speaking with Waynesfield Raceway Park's Larry Boos. They got their season opener scheduled for this weekend. Big show.
Yay.
Yeah, so we'll talk to Larry here in just a second about all the great things planned for this year at Waynesfield Raceway Park. And then later on, Barry Marlow will be joining us of the Great Lakes Super Sprints. Great Lakes Super Sprints is one of the classes that'll be competing this weekend at...
Two race promoters that are never short on words.
Larry and Barry. It's the Larry and Barry show this week. Got to thank our listeners in Australia and the U.S. We're back to number 140 in the U.S. on the Apple Podcast charts. And coming up later on, too, we're going to give away some pizza for how many. Hashtag DCR. Put that in the comments of our Facebook Live or the YouTube Live. And we'll do a drawing at the end of the show for one of those Hammer Down Racing Report stickers, courtesy of DCR Graphics. And if you have a race car, you can slap it on your race car, be part of the Hammer Down Army. Did you see our latest recruit?
No, I didn't.
Harriet Callahan's going.
Yes, I did.
CRA racing.
Yeah, I did see that. That's really cool.
So we're on her ride there. So cool stuff there. Stick around for that and all the latest news and racing for this weekend. Lots of stuff. Not too much, but some interesting things.
We're getting close.
Got to mention Ron Miller Race Cars in Lambertville, Michigan. Give them a call, 734-856-7223 for race cars, parts, safety, equipment, service, trailer fabricating.
Band-Aid repairs, yeah.
And pretty much everything or anything a racer needs. Give them a call. You got a lot of trucks still. There was more room in your shop.
Yeah, we shipped the one out that was in the middle of the shop. The one at the back of the shop still has a little ways to go. And
how's your truck?
It will probably be in the trailer middle of the week.
All right, you got time.
Scott, if we were racing tonight, it would be ready enough.
Okay. If you were racing tonight, you'd need mud tires.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oakshade Raceway, where the fastest meet to race. They have opening night coming up on Saturday, April 27th. UMP Dirt Car Summer Nationals highlighting that schedule this year on July 13th with the birthday race. There's going to be an American Late Model Ironman Series event coming up Memorial Day weekend. The 1,000-to-win Papua Boiler Spectacular for the Dominator Superstocks coming up later this year, September 14th. And, of course, racing every Saturday night now through, the 28th of this month through, 27th of this month through the 28th of September. I actually updated the website the other day, oakshaderaceway.com. You can follow them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok as well. And a new thing I was just told tonight for the Dominator Superstocks, the points championship will pay $1,000 to the winner of that.
A cool grand to the winner.
Yeah. New sponsor on board for that, Dairy Depot and Cafe in Morenci, Michigan, making that happen.
That's cool.
So, yeah, cool stuff there. And finally, DCR Graphics, your vinyl racing graphics provider. DCR does full wraps, partial wraps, number decals, sponsor decals of just about any kind. They're currently running that special where they'll design a late model for you for a new video game coming out later this fall called Hammer Down Dirt Track Racing. $20 will get you a custom design late model. And just in this week, I guess they've opened it up for modifieds as well.
Really?
So if you want a modified design, if you have a modified, if you don't have a modified, if you're a fan and you want to race a custom-made modified.
Now, when that comes out, are the modifieds going to have their own race, or will
they'll be their own class? It'll be in there. Like, so you can choose.
Won't be racing with the late models?
I don't think so, unless you maybe, but I'm pretty sure it's like you can pick the late models
Okay.
or the
All right,
modifieds.
cool,
That's
cool.
how most of the racing games work. And I asked him about like the dirt trucks or street stocks or super stocks, and I'll save it for later, but I was pretty excited about there's going to be downloadable content coming, and it's pretty cool. But if you want that $20 or that custom-made car, I guess, for the video game, give Dale at, you can even text him too, at DCR Graphics, 419-308-9523. Check him out on Facebook at facebook.com/DCR Graphics. And you can also get your official Hammer Down Racing Report stickers for your race car or your regular
Scott,
car.
let's get to
for
Larry.
$5.
Let's get to Larry Boos. We can catch up on some of the ads.
We're done.
Wonderful.
We're doing that right now.
Larry's going to run out of time.
I know. Larry's got some business he's got to take care of tonight. Larry, you're with us.
Hey, I am. Good to be here.
Larry Boos, the promoter of Waynesfield Raceway Park, and supposed to be kicking off the race season this weekend. How are things looking for this weekend with the weather?
Well, I think we're like most all of Ohio. We're flooded, and we spent all day today pumping. The track itself isn't bad. We have about 3 foot of water. I think if you saw the pictures from Attica last week, we look very similar to that right now. But the boys are out there pumping as we speak, and expecting pretty strong winds tomorrow, and that should help dry things up. But the 91% chance of rain doesn't excite me. but
you're not looking as bad as Portsmouth, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely not. Yeah, I actually drove down to Dayton tonight, and the Miami River is like over the banks, and it's been a tremendous spring with a lot of Mother Nature interference around our area, but we're not hanging anything up yet. We're still planning on going, and we'll assess things tomorrow afternoon and make a decision. But right now, it's full bore.
And best way people can keep up to date on things is to follow you guys on Facebook.
Yes, Facebook and our website.
Okay.
Facebook and X. Now, remember, it's not Twitter anymore. It's X. So on Facebook and X is your best choice, and we'll keep it updated pretty well. Just so, and it's going to be an exciting weekend. All open wheel, 3 open wheel divisions with Barry's Great Lakes Super Sprints, also the Boss non-wing sprints, and the Let's Go 30, as well as the USAC Thunder Midgets. So it's going to be a great little twilight show with racing at 4:00.
That's right. Earlier racing, daytime racing.
For now,
hopefully warmer weather racing.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be nice this weekend. It's just getting there may be the problem.
Exactly. And I had to laugh. Sometimes when you look at Facebook responses, you kind of question people. But we had one ask if it was wet there, and it's all I could do to keep from holding back. So I just answered yes.
So you got?
Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Let's talk about your schedule for the season. You got 12 events on the schedule. How many did you have last year?
Same number.
Same number. Okay, so
we're not meant to be a weekly track. Just pretty much every other type week. We've got our major events, of course, being this weekend and the Hewitt Classic, July 3rd. We've got some of the great, what we call the local shows with the modifieds, the trucks, and the compacts. We're looking forward to those. Our first one, May 11th, with the kids' night. We look for some fun things that night. So, the thing at Waynesfield, what we're adopting this year is where racing action is the attraction. There's so many tracks doing such great things with the facilities and everything. We can't quite keep up with the Joneses, so we're just going to concentrate on the racetrack and try to provide the best racing action we can.
Now, you mentioned the dirt trucks. That's the Dirt Track Truck Series, the 4 cylinders, correct?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's Andy King's deal. And it's kind of their home base, and we've had up to 20 of his trucks at one time, which makes for a great show.
Very nice. So you mentioned some of the bigger shows this year. What show or shows are you most looking forward to?
Well, I think without a doubt the signature race at the field is the Jack Hewitt Classic, and that's always on July 3rd. This year, I believe it's on a Wednesday night.
Yep.
And we really, really look forward to that one. Jack's always in the house, and, you talk about me never short of words. Well, never count out Jack when you talk about talking.
And you guys have an Ohio Sprint Speed Week show again with the fast sprints on Sunday, June 9th.
Right. Yeah, we're glad to see that the Sprint Week is continuing on, and we'll see how it works under the FAST banner, and we're proud to be a part of it. And with the Sunday night, we look forward to a great time slot for that event.
And you had on your schedule here the last event, Harvest Spectacular, divisions to be announced. Do you have any more information on that, or still a little too soon?
It's a little too soon because you know what? It's going to be kind of like a teaser. It's like, hey, he who supports us is who gets featured in that event. So right now, with the modified situation look a little bleak with area tracks possibly not opening up, it could very well end up being a big modified event weekend. And the late models have been trying to come back to Waynesfield, so maybe it would be with them. Nice. But yeah, that's going to be kind of a teaser.
That was always a fun show with the late models.
That's what I understand. I questioned with the narrowness of the track how it would work, but everybody said the late models put on a fabulous show. So I'm going to try to squeeze them in if we can.
Have you had any talks with Corey McCoy about his Showdown series with the Fremont dirt trucks and the Oakshade super stocks?
Unfortunately, I missed a meeting. They had a group meeting with a lot of the area tracks, and he was there, but I was out of town, and he did express some interest in doing something at the Waynesfield facility. So we'll see how things go this spring, and I'm not ruling it out.
I would encourage you to make it a point to talk to Corey.
Okay.
Any changes to the purse structure or admission prices for this year?
Nope, everything's pretty much status quo. Again, we deal a lot with judge sanctioning bodies, so we're locked into whatever it is that they have. Mm-hmm. But as far as the modifieds, it's pretty much going to stay the same, 1,000 to win. We probably are going to up the trucks and the compacts. Those poor guys and gals been racing for peanuts, and I think we're going to throw it out to make them running for hamburgers this year.
There you go.
Now, you have a championship night on there. Is there a local point fund for
No, yeah, that was some miswording. No, that's the Boss Championship.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah. So I need to update that. But no, there were several eyebrows raised on that. I still have another gimmick up my sleeve I'm working on, but I can't quite announce it yet. And then if that comes to fruition, then it very well will be a championship night.
So what's Larry Boos doing with all of his spare time?
Yeah, you still involved in those some of those Indiana tracks as well?
No, I'm down to only a couple now. It's just Winchester and Waynesfield and the Rumble.
Okay. Oh, that's right, the Rumble. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, you can't forget that one.
Yeah, that's that definitely is still a huge event year after year. I mean, when do you start planning for that?
That one's pretty much a year-long promotion. We're fortunate in that it has the prestige and it's time-honored, so everybody knows about when it is, and it's kind of like the mid off-season type event, so everybody kind of plans for it. So this year's December 27 and 28.
It's got its own history, and because of that, it does its own promotion.
Right. It's kind of a gathering of everybody in the off season, so we always look forward to that. And that's kind of what we want to do at Waynesfield and Winchester. We just, we want to go back to having fun. There's just too much seriousness out there with some of these bigger events, and they've kind of taken away the local aspect and everything. So we just want to go back to being a grassroots backyard facility where you can sit and have a sandwich, bring your beer in, and watch some good racing.
I know you got to get going here, but tell us again what's going on this weekend with the opening night or opening after.
Sure, absolutely.
Opening evening.
Yeah. There you go. The Twi evening.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the Let's Go 30. It's in memory of Russell Cook, who constantly would sit in the grandstand yelling, "Let's go, let's go." So we named the race after him. And it's going to feature the Great Lakes Super Sprints, wing sprints, the Boss non-wing sprints, 3,000 to win, along with the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets. Spectator gates, $20, will open up at 1 o'clock. Practice will be at 2:30. Opening ceremonies at 4 and racing thereafter.
And keep an eye on social media probably later tomorrow afternoon for any.
Yeah, probably starting tomorrow morning, we'll do our yellow flag, green flag, red flag system that we use on Facebook.
Well, let's hope there's no red flags.
Yeah.
There you go. Absolutely.
We've had enough of those already this year.
Yeah, it's not off to a good start, but just tell everybody to hang in there. And there's quite a few racing options this weekend, actually. And so if you can't get to Waynesfield, I always say that's fine. Just support a racetrack somewhere.
That hopefully doesn't get rained out.
There you go.
So, all right, we know you got to get going. So, Larry, we appreciate the time as always, and good luck this weekend and tomorrow. I guess you're going to be busy pumping out all that water.
Yeah, we're going to be working on it. And as always, thanks for having us on, and great to hear in the opening comments your statistics on the podcast and everything. Yeah. You guys are doing it right.
All right, thanks, Larry.
Hey, we'll see you. Thanks.
Thanks,
Bye.
my friend.
Here you go, Larry Boos, the legendary Larry Boos, promoter there at Waynesfield Raceway Park. Going to get things going this week. 12 shows.
And Winchester.
And Winchester, yeah. I was going to, if I had more time, I wanted to see if we could try and talk him into doing like a hangover type race as well.
At Winchester?
At Winchester, yeah.
Oh, my.
Not on the first, though, because you can't compete with maybe the week after or something.
The original, you can't. Yeah. Winchester would get your attention, Scott.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a little bit more banked, but yeah. Don't forget hashtag DCR to get in the drawing to win that window decal later on this evening. Also coming up probably in about 10, 15 minutes, we will be actually just sent me a text here. Barry Marlow will be joining us. We'll tell him anytime he wants. So Barry Marlow from Great Lakes Super Sprints will be on shortly. In the meantime, we'll run down the racing action from last weekend real quick. How's that? Sound like a plan?
Racing Roundup.
Yeah, that's the one.
Push the button, Scott.
Racing Roundup.
There it is. So last week, Attica Raceway Park, they got nothing because rained out. Fremont Speedway, they got nothing.
Their opener was
rained out.
Washed out.
Yeah. Big D's going to be giving away some Fremont Speedway tickets next week on the show. So make sure to tune in next week for that. Dwayne Hancock will also be joining us promoting the Attica Fremont Championship Series.
Next week
on the show,
yeah,
yes.
Okay.
This is all next week. Tickets for Fremont next week because Fremont got rained out. Eldora also got rained out. I was reading Wayne County. They got rained out as well as Wayne County. Everybody rained out last weekend, around here at least. The Kubota High Limit Sprint Car Series on Tuesday it's postponed to Tuesday the 23rd. They were supposed to run this past Tuesday.
Right.
It's been postponed to the 23rd at Riverside International Speedway. World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series action Friday at US 36 Raceway. David Gravel picking up the win. Saturday at Arrowhead Speedway. Sheldon Hodenshield picking up the win. Perth Motorplex. We were talking a little bit about this for the show. Saturday, Caden Manders picking up the sprint car win. Jamie Oldfield, one of how many Oldfields?
3 Oldfield brothers that race.
Late models.
Yes.
He picked up the late model win, and you said the top 3 in points were all the Oldfields?
Actually, and I can't remember who was third, but 3 out of the top 4 were the Oldfield family.
Gotcha. Barry's having trouble finding the link now. Sent it to your Facebook Messenger.
We were talking about Veronica McCann, too. Veronica had kind of a tough weekend, but her car did roll back up into the trailer, making her trip back to the East Coast possible.
So how much more racing do they have down there?
Their season is about wrapping up. It would be pretty much like, mid-September here. So they're about done. Veronica is going over to a national points late model race on the East Coast. And again, if we haven't kept you up to date on that, Australia, from where Veronica normally races in Perth, it would be the same as going from New York to L.A. to catch one race.
It's a lot of driving.
Oh, yeah.
And it's all desert, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, on a 2-lane road.
Nice. Probably not much traffic, though.
Not a lot.
Okay. Also at Perth Motoplex on Saturday in the speed cars, Tom Payette picking up the win there. Wingless sprints, it was Matt Iwano.
Right.
And Stephen Element in the Formula 500s.
And Stephen has had a really good year in the Formula 500s, so congratulations.
Yeah, we've mentioned his name quite a bit.
Congratulations to him.
NASCAR action this past weekend. Friday at Martinsville Speedway. NASCAR at Martinsville, all 3 top divisions. Christian Eckes picking up the win in the trucks. Eric Almirola in the Xfinity Series on Saturday. And that was like his first win in a while or something.
I think like his second one in NASCAR.
Yeah. Or at least in the Xfinity Series.
I don't think he's ever won in Xfinity.
Okay. That's right. He's won one cup race, hasn't he?
Right.
Anyways, he was happy.
Yes, he was.
And then Sunday.
And it was a well-deserved race.
Sunday, William Byron picking up the win. And it was the first 1-2-3 finish by a single team at Martinsville. And it was on the 40th anniversary of Hendrick Motorsports' first win. That was pretty cool. It's like one of those storyboard things.
That was really cool, Scott.
Yeah. So, and then in other race action, the XR Super Series Spring Thaw at Volunteer Speedway. That was this past Saturday. Mike Marler picking up the $30,000 win, and then Sunday, Mike Marler also winning again. Got another $12,000. So what's that? $42,000 weekend. That's not too bad.
No, there's some weekends you don't make that much, Scott.
There's a few, just a couple. Before we get to Barry, got a couple more commercials to get to here. We got to mention Dominator Race Products. They have what you need to be in winner's circle with 30 years of experience to put you out front. Check out their new Ultimate Body Brace Kit, the best body mounting available. In addition to the Ultimate Body panels that they made that one video a sponsored thing, so I see that a lot now.
Beat the crap out of that with a hammer and
no marks. So
not even marks.
Yeah, so Ultimate Body Panels is a pretty good name for them. They also have hood scoops, radiator, fan shrouds, hood pins, like a little bit of hodgepodge of everything.
Those, those Ultimate Body Panels are improved from the ones that they initially brought out. They're much more friendly with wraps and liners. Yes. Yeah.
Yep. Give Dominator Race Products a call, 419-923-6970, or check them out at dominatorraceproducts.com. You can also get their products available from your local reputable race shops, such as Ron Miller Race Cars. Victory Fuel, it's a refreshing and natural hydration alternative that replenishes electrolytes and is packed with vitamins, providing a boost for athletes and individuals on the go. Victory Fuel is the perfect way to stay hydrated and energized throughout the race day. It's free of added coloring, caffeine, carbonation. It's like something that tastes good that's not terrible for you.
And it's
like
kid-friendly.
Yeah, and that's cool, too. And it's the official drink of the Hammer Down Racing Report. So that's pretty cool, too. If you would like to get some, I keep seeing, like, every week there's more and more outlets becoming available for it. I think we'll have to ask Barry, but I think I saw GLSS races are going to have them. I know there's going to be a lot of tracks that have it.
Right.
It's in some stores. It's at Big D's. You can get it from there in Clyde, or you can go to drinkvictory.com. If you do order it from the website, you can use discount code Domination or Conley Racing, all one word, and you'll save 10% out, and you'll help out those race programs as well. And DCR, I believe, is another option for a discount code. So there you go. It's Victory Fuel. And apparently The lemon is better than the throttle. We have the throttle punch. We have not had the lemon yet, but according to Dean Henry,
We are waiting.
we're missing out. Yes.
Anxiously waiting its appearance.
So
Yeah.
Tanya, yes, we need some of that, some of the lemonade. And finally, Dippin' Motorsports, the official Hoosier racing tire dealer for Northwest Ohio. If you need some race car service, body work, whatever, parts, give Mr. Dipman a call today, 419-283-8580. I believe he's also going to be the official part supplier at Oakshade and Fremont this year.
Correct.
So he's going to be a busy guy.
Now, I understand he won't be carrying the sprint car tires at Fremont.
He will not?
He will not.
Okay. I did not know that. I also don't have a sprint car, so that's probably why I didn't know that. But
You could.
Good to know. Where do they get their tires from? I know there's other shops over there.
There's another shop
Okay. All right.
that handles some of the sprint car, all of the sprint car tires, some of the sprint car parts.
Gotcha. Should we bring in our guest?
Oh, let's leave him wait.
Second guest tonight. Leave him wait. All right.
Hi, Barry.
Hold on. Let's see. Love colors. We're
We're going to find you here in just a minute.
Well, I see him right there. I was just reading some of the other things here.
I see.
Attica Raceway Park canceled Friday night. They have not canceled Saturday, Ryan. At least,
Well,
not yet. They were going to make a decision tomorrow, I believe, or Saturday morning on Saturday night. But let's bring in our other guest here on the Larry and Barry Show. This would be Mr. Barry Marlow. How's it going, sir?
All right. How are you?
Good. Glad you can join us. I know you're a very busy guy, too.
Yes.
Are you guys ready for this weekend? I mean, I know we just talked to Larry a little bit ago. He mentioned that they had 3 feet of water that they're pumping out.
yeah.
Yes. I mean, that's his baby. I've been running around all over Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan the last 2 days delivering alcohol and tires, getting ready. So
you think it's going to happen? You think Mother Nature's going to cooperate? You think his team will beat Mother Nature?
I really hope they do. Because everybody wants to get this race in. So I know I do. We're excited. Our new sponsors are going to be there. We're ready to race.
Is Victory Fuel, or is that one of yours? Did I see that, or am I thinking of something
else? Yeah, we partnered with Victory Fuels. We've been working on that. We're going to have that at all the races. I'm working with the Michigan tracks, and I'd like to get all the Michigan tracks to handle it all the time. But we're going to have it with us at all of our races. We'll have it in our merch tent, and they can buy it by the case if they'd like it. Right now, we're waiting for the lemon.
So are we.
That's what we were just saying.
Yeah, it's really good. The lemon is really good.
And that's what we've been hearing.
Yeah, I was nervous about it. I said, well, we got to have a couple samples before I tell you that I'm just going to carry all this stuff. And my son was with me, and I had him pop the lid, and he took a little sip. He's very discriminating on taste, and he did his little tongue, and next thing I knew is he was drinking it. And it's kind of like the Mikey. Remember the Mikey commercial?
Yeah.
Mikey likes it.
Mikey likes it. Well, that's how Spencer is. So, and then I tasted it. It really is good. And Ron nailed it. I was going to suggest you need to say it's kid friendly, because that's the other thing. Kids can drink this, and it's not. It's good. It's not full of caffeine and other things. So, but yeah, no, that's cool. They'll get it in the winner's circle, and we'll have it. We'll probably have it in the hauler and at the merch tent.
Kid tested and Barry approved.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what's new this year with the Great Lakes Super Sprints?
Well, we got a couple of flagship sponsors on board. It worked out really well. Ohio Cat came on board with us to sponsor the Ohio division, which was very appropriate. And Michigan Cat came on board to sponsor the Michigan
Wow,
division.
that's pretty
So,
convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And then McAllister Cat in Indiana is also on board, but they're on board with McAllister Rental up in Michigan. So that's going to be a Michigan deal. We have Ohio Cat Rental, of course, in Ohio. Um, so that's really exciting because that's what allowed us to publish the points fund that we put out for the tour and the divisions was Caterpillar coming on board. So that was a really big deal for everybody.
So what does the championships pay for each, the Ohio and the Michigan championships?
There's 17 races in Ohio and 17 races in Michigan. The winner of each division would get 4,500. The tour is both of the divisions and all the rest of the races, and that by itself would be 6,000 if they win the tour. But the tour people are going to be racing in the divisions, and the division people can also cross into the other divisions. If they're running for points, they can win points in all the divisions.
I think we discussed that. We discussed this earlier. Some of the races will be contested on the same nights, correct?
Only one.
Okay.
Only one, and that was the faux pas. I really didn't want that to happen, but it just did. You know, it's kind of like blending a family together, and it's going to take me one more year probably to get that last race kind of blended out, and that's May 17th. But I'm going to protect all the points people. That nobody's going to gain or lose, but it's going to be show up points on that night. But it wasn't meant to be that way.
So one driver could win Ohio, Michigan, and overall.
Correct.
Well, that's pretty impressive.
That's really where the meat and potatoes is the guys that want to commit to GLSS running the whole deal. You know, they got 15,000 to win.
I was going to say, running the numbers in my head, I came up with 15 grand.
And you're talking upwards of 3,000 for 10th. And then everything. And then
Wow.
if you look at that, they're very close. You know, second place is still, I think, 13,000. I'm not looking at it.
So it doesn't drop off. It's not super top heavy. It's
no, it's not like the typical. It's 15,000 to win and 7,000 for second. It's 15,000 to win it, but it's still 12.5 or 13 for second. The points is really close, in dollars. So, but it's possible they could win one division, win the tour, and come in third. You know, I think I looked at what Max Stambaugh did last year. He won the tour, won the North, and he was fifth in the South. That would pay out 11 grand this year.
not too bad.
It'd be okay.
Yeah, so it's really but I also wanted to keep the divisions separate, you know, because there's still guys that, 15 to 20 races, that's all they can do.
Mm-hmm.
And I still want them to be a part of everything and have a chance to run for that championship.
The nice thing about it is that either division doesn't require a tremendous amount of travel.
Really, if you take that double weekend at Tennessee, which it's really a fun weekend. But if you take that out, you know, Lawrenceburg is the furthest race to the south. Tri-City is the furthest race to the north. Hartford is the furthest to the west, and Fremont is the furthest to the east. That's a pretty tight area to put 40 races in.
It is.
Not very wide, but it's pretty tall.
It's a big old circle.
It's kind of like the school districts up here in Michigan. They're only about 5 miles wide, but they're 20 miles deep.
Yeah.
Now you said that you have the Michigan Cat and the Ohio Cat divisions.
Yes.
So with that, I know the NRA name kind of stuck around a little bit last year, so that has officially been retired now, correct?
Yeah. Well, it's retired. It's retired. I mean,
Okay.
we still have the name, and it's. I guess I'd rather say it's shelved.
Mm.
Um, what happened is I kind of made a faux pas. I had a 30-day lag in my announcements. The announcement that came out that I was retiring the NRA was supposed to be followed right up by the announcement of Ohio Cat and Michigan Cat coming on board, which would have helped explain a little bit why I had a hard time knowing what to do with the NRA name, because I wanted it all under GLSS. But because we didn't have everything signed, sealed, and delivered, it was announced 35 days later. So we weren't able to, we took the hit on people being upset. Did away with the NRA name, but I wasn't able to explain why I was doing that. So it's a
Well,
lot nicer package now. Everything's
But-
Great Lakes Super Sprints. We have the Ohio Cat Division and Michigan Cat Division.
better late than never.
Yeah. Hey, I eventually get it. I mean, I will say, anybody that knows me real well knows that I eventually get it right. It's just sometimes I stumble just like anybody else getting there. But
So how many new tracks do you have on the schedule this year, and which one are you most looking forward to?
well, first of all, I look forward to all of them. I love standing in turn 4 and watching the feature of all of our races. So, but obviously, I'm looking forward to Lawrenceburg. I mean, I was really excited. That we connected with Shane down there, and I'm excited with what they're doing and trying to do down there. So, and that's one of those tracks that's been known for a long time. So, I'm excited about that one. Um, I'm really excited to get up to Canada, to Southern Ontario. Uh, that track that used to be South Buxton. The old
Okay.
timers would know it as South Buxton. But the new owner that bought it, he completely revamped it. It's the wide sweeping corners, probably 100 feet wide in the corners, and
Wow.
A great sprint car track. So I'm really excited to see that. And of course, we're excited to go back to Oswego too. Just going to Ontario alone, the Canadians have always been supporting us, even through COVID. And I know we have some coming down Saturday, but I'm excited about that run over there. That's going to be a 3-day weekend. We got 2 big shows at Oswego on Thursday and Friday, and then we follow up with Saturday at South Buxton. I mean, Southern Ontario Speedway, SOS. So I'm excited about that, and we had a really good time. I might have said to a few people I wasn't going to go back to Tennessee, but the guys so enjoyed that I-75 Speedway, and it really was a good weekend that obviously it's back on the schedule. Getting a chance to work with Pete and some of the USCS people, it's a nice weekend to do that.
Well, that's not too far. That's what, 2 weeks?
Yeah,
April 26th and 27th.
yeah. Hotel rooms are booked. So, but yeah, I mean, it's really our schedule. Saturday is going to kick things off because once we hit Saturday, GLSS doesn't have a night off really until we finish up at Waynesfield and Millstream, October, 6th and 7th or 5th and 6th?
5th and 6th, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So would that be the championship weekend then?
Yes.
Or those are points
That's going to be
races
the
as well?
championship weekend for the Ohio Cat Division and the Tour.
Wow, and that'll be at Millstream Speedway, which
Yes.
it'll be a first for you guys to be at Millstream, won't it?
Yes. Millstream here. I just said that. Yeah, we're really excited about that. I'm really excited the Cogleys have done what they're doing, and I have no doubt in my mind that they're going to get things pulled off. I know they've been dealing with all the little naysayers that's sitting out on the side of the street. saying, "Well, we've heard that before."
Well, they've already accomplished so much, getting ready for their first show.
Yes, they're well. There's actually boards on the grandstands. I mean,
Yeah.
there's boards in the pits. I mean, the last few times I went there, there wasn't even boards in the pits on the stands.
Did they have the inside wall down last time you were there? I know they were talking about taking that down as well.
Yeah, no, they're talking about doing that. They got the green light to do it. I think from the insurance company. That was one thing they wanted to make sure. But
Right.
but yeah, Millstream. I'm really excited to get them on to our schedule, because if you look at the Southern Division, the Ohio Cat Division, we have one race at Fremont. We really should have a Fremont Attica on there, but even but you add Millstream, Waynesfield, Lima, and Eldora. Where can you get a whole division of racing at 5 or 6 different tracks and not be over an hour away? Really, for the guys that live in the middle of that. So
I'm definitely excited about the 6 as well, because the stocks will be there. So I'll get to watch your sprint. I get to see you again and watch some great racing and participate in some great racing.
Before then.
Well, at least then. How's that?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
But so you're back at I-96 for some shows, but it's going to be different, I guess, because last time you were leasing the facility, but now you're not going to be leasing it. How is all that, or are you going to be leasing? I don't know.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That the new owner is off and running, and we're going to cut them a wide berth and give them a chance to get their legs under them this year. Obviously, when we're there, we can definitely help keep things going. They've added a few classes, which we'll see how that goes. We go to Silver Bullet, and I tease that Silver Bullet's got 12 classes when we go over there, but we're still done in 2.5, 3 hours, because not all the classes, some of the classes have 4 cars. So it's not to be worried about sometimes when people get worried, oh my God, they got 5 classes. Well, not all those classes have 30 cars. So.
Well, in I-96, that's your second show. That's on the 19th, a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it really kind of worked out well. If you look at how we laid it out in our divisions, we do our opener Saturday for the Ohio division. Then we turn around next weekend, and we do a doubleheader opener in Michigan. And then we turn around and we do a doubleheader in Tennessee for the tour. And then we come back and open up at Lima, and then we're off to the races. I think we kind of double up in Ohio. I like to alternate. That's what I tried to do. But like I said, there's some dates that are firm that it's going to take me another year to kind of work through those. But I think the schedule came together really well. I'm pretty happy with it myself.
How are things working out for all the other Great Lakes Sprint series? You got the Lightning sprints and the traditional sprints. Am I missing any? Is there another one? Okay.
Well, I mean, the ice racing has been non-existent.
Mother Nature hasn't cooperated with cold enough temperatures, has she?
No, not even up north. We've got that standing date for the River Roar thing up there at Barbeau, Michigan, on St. Mary's River, and they never froze over there.
Right.
This year. So that was a very easy decision. They had the I-500 up there, and
that's a snowmobile.
The snowmobile thing up there.
That was kind of slushy, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I was talking to the owners, and we made the decision that day because I was on the phone with them from Cozy Corners, and they do such a great job with the community up there, and she was really disappointed. She was even going to try to do the kiddie races on that same weekend, but they didn't even have enough ice to even risk going out there, so they didn't even have the shore ice, how you get that little shore ice coming off. Uh, they really didn't even have that. So yeah, that's the only other division, and it's been non-existent.
You have to work on getting a outdoor Olympic size hockey rink that's
Yeah.
refrigerated.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, we have talked about having a Zamboni
Yeah.
instead of
Race or just to clear refresh the
no,
ice?
to take with us for the ice racing, so we can go out and prep in between heat
Yeah.
races. Smooth out the ice like they do for hockey.
Yeah.
So if I take the big hauler, I think I can get a Zamboni in the back of that.
There you go.
Um,
Barry, word of caution. When you guys go to Southern Ontario, tell the winner not to keep the big check out where you can see it, especially if he's telling the folks in customs that he's just there to do a test and tune.
yeah.
Don't ask how I know.
Okay. All right. But there's probably more to the story. But
It could take a long, long time to get through. As a matter of fact, the sun could be coming up.
okay. All right. Well, I'm hoping to get help that transition. I've been talking to the customs people.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get it set up that we can pre-register all of our guys that are going to go to Canada to try to make that journey across the border a little smoother. So
my experience has been that the folks in Canada love us, and our own country treats us like dirt coming back.
Usually the problems I've had when I haul racing fuel over there or hazmat stuff, it's usually coming back. And sometimes
Right.
I don't think they'd let me in if I didn't have a Michigan license. Oh shoot, we gotta let you in. You're a citizen.
Yeah.
But anyway,
So
but
the
no, we're looking forward to the season. Oh, to answer your question, Scott, I'm sorry, we did a sidebar there.
That's
did a
all right.
sidebar. The lightning sprints, we have a lot of new cars coming in this year. Last year was the first year. After 4 years, we finally averaged 20 cars per race. And we got some new people coming in, and there's a lot of excitement. The non-wing, we're going to licking our wounds a little bit. We had a great schedule last year, and we had some highs and we had some lows, and it made it a little more difficult this year. But we were able to scratch out 12 races, which I'm still happy with. I mean, I love the non-wing and the shows they can put on. But I don't know, the non-wing is suffering right now, I think, regionally. I'm not the only one that's having a problem. But we got a 12 race schedule, and we got a new team that's going to run it. That's probably what I'm most excited about, is I finally have a full team to go run with the Lightning Sprints and to go run with GLTS. And of course we have our main crew with GLSS. And I'm feeling relieved already, because last year we didn't go into the season that way, and we were doing a lot of double duty, and that was really hard. And it wasn't fair to those divisions either. They didn't know who they were going to have for staff and so on and so forth. I have 2 new trailers ordered. So the Lightning Sprints will have their own trailer, have all their gear in it. The same with the traditional sprints. And then that way the hauler I pull can stay with Great Lakes Super Sprints. Last year I was swapping things out on Thursday nights and Friday mornings, and that is very difficult to do. And I will admit, I went to a couple races with the wrong heat race boards. I missed a couple big checks, took the wrong transponders, So one thing by having a trailer for each one of the divisions and their own crew is I hope to eliminate those problems. So
the super sprints, though, the GLSS series, the 360s with the wings, that's your flagship
yeah,
class, I guess, out of all the Great Lakes sprint
yes.
shows or whatever. The traditional sprints, are those 410s?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, they're 410s. Same, you know, I think one of the problems, well, it's not a problem that we share. I think the problem is that there's only that many cars that we have to share. But I think there's a lot of Boss cars and a lot of GLTS cars that go back and forth. You know, if we're at Lima, you know, the local guys that run Boss run with us and so on and so forth. And I think neither one of us could have a full field if we're running against each other, you know. Uh,
Is there talks of a merger?
um, Not directly, no. I
Okay.
mean, we've joked about it in the past, and um, you know, we'll see how it goes. You know,
Is there any effect that the All-Star Circuit of Champions series, even though that's 410s, have that kind of having been dissolved and moved to a national deal with the High Limit series? Did that get anybody maybe rethinking things, moving to the 360s? Did that help you at all, or no impact whatsoever?
no, I mean, last fall was very difficult on scheduling because with High Limits taking the All Stars over. And I think when the realization that the All Stars wouldn't be around as the All Stars anymore, um, I think there was a lot of tracks. Everybody was kind of drawing their line in their sand if we're going to get High Limits or if we're get All or World of Outlaws or if we're going to get both, and it caused a lot of confusion. I think, but I made up my mind then that to do what we've done for 9 years, and that's to keep doing what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I like our schedule. I think we have a good schedule. I think we have a great bunch of people that run with us, and we're watching just like everybody else is. But at the end of the day, I think we have a good thing going. And
You dropped out there for a minute. We missed the last thing you said.
Hang on a minute. Is this working now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can hear you.
Wow, that's much better.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, somebody tried to call me, and all of a sudden I heard it switch to my headphones. So
Gotcha. So what's the long-term plans for the GLSS? Is long-term plan to keep it a regional series? Would you ever merge the Ohio-Michigan divisions? I mean, or has there even been any thought?
What do you want to be when you grow up, Barry?
Yeah.
when I grow up, well, yeah, there's thought about it. I mean, that's kind of why we're where we're at. I mean, I've told the guys that I plan on. I don't see us not having Ohio and a Michigan division. You can,
Well, there's a natural rivalry there already built in, Ohio
Correct.
versus Michigan, anyway.
but it's a natural. You know, Sod always had Michigan, NRA always had Ohio, and they always had 15 to 20 races. So that's a great number for new teams, local teams that aren't ready to travel. So I just see those being natural. Feeder isn't the word I want because it's not really a feeder. I tell the guys, I just expect you to go to the race tracks that you would normally go to. I think the numbers take care of itself. So what I see in the future is maybe Great Lakes Super Sprints as a tour can grow. It's in a position that it can do that. And maybe someday that might not really be a part of the regionals. But as far as the Ohio-Michigan thing, I don't see that ever changing.
Could there be an Indiana division at some point?
I just don't.
Pennsylvania division?
Yeah, I don't know. That part I don't know. Boy, I can't share everything with you guys.
Oh, come on, give us a little nugget.
Just a tease.
What I could see for Great Lakes Super Sprints is a winter division.
Okay.
That might end up being further south, but
So
and
not talking ice then.
no, not talking ice.
Okay.
No, talking sand and gravel or whatever they have down south. But no, but I could see having a 18 to 22 race schedule from January into January and wrap up around the 1st of April. And
You just want to be a really busy man then, don't you?
well, I don't really want to, but it kind of makes sense. So, yeah, I mean, I think Great Lakes Super Sprints, there's some possibilities, as far as locally, yeah, I would like to go over to Wisconsin, but I would like to go to Illinois. And we have talks, we have tried to go over to Illinois. We had that race scheduled at Route 66. And the I'm sorry, somebody let the puppy out, and puppy thinks he wants to jump on me. I'm sorry. But those are only going to be weekends. In my book, I could see going to Western Pennsylvania maybe if we can get a good weekend put together.
So the core basically be the same, just maybe some special events.
Yes. I mean, we're really doing what I kind of envisioned before. I see Ohio and Michigan being the core.
So 9 years ago, this is where you saw GLSS becoming.
Yeah, pretty close.
Nice.
Really pretty close. I didn't think it was going to quite take the shape it did, but it's just the way it ended up.
So, well, Barry, we appreciate the time as always. Always great talking to you. Once again, this weekend, as things stand right now, GLSS will be getting things going at Waynesfield Raceway Park on Saturday, late afternoon.
4 o'clock race time.
4 o'clock race time. So, we'll definitely, if we see any changes in the status of that event, we'll pass that along.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like that. I'll watch for any updates.
Yeah, it's not your call, is it? It's Larry's call.
Yeah, I feel for him though. I mean, it's hard to take that out of your blood,
Yeah.
Last 2 days driving up and down the road, I'm constantly looking at the radar, seeing how things are looking, and it's just as painful whether it's your call or not.
And you said you had some interest from some of the Canadian racers for this weekend already? Yeah,
they've already called me. Usually some of these teams they'll reach out to me and let me know that they're planning on coming.
A lot of Michigan teams coming too, or planning on it at least. Okay.
Yeah. And they just really want me to kind of know that they're planning on it, and if anything happens, to make sure that I let them know as soon as possible. So that's usually how it happens. The further out somebody is, say, hey, we just wanted you to know we're coming down with 2 or 3 cars. Could you let us know if something changes?
It's a courtesy thing, yeah.
Yeah.
One of our listeners, Don Henry here, he thinks future plans should include a Great Lakes late model series.
Yeah. I mean, I like running late models with us. I mean, when I was up at I-96, we booked a couple shows, just late models and Great Lakes Super Sprints, and those have been great races. Yeah, but I don't see me running a series.
Well, you got there's some late model shows where you guys are with late models. I think the Millstream one, isn't that a late model show too?
I don't.
Maybe
I'd have to look. I don't know, Scott.
I don't know. I mean, I know we're doing one up at I-96. I think there's still another one booked up there. And I've gotten to know enough late model guys. I mean, when I was selling racing fuel, I started out with late model guys. So, and I have a real soft spot for late models. It's amazing that they have two different fan groups, So that's another reason why I like racing with them. because you bring in the late model crew and you bring in the open wheel crew, and it's just a fun night. So.
Well, and I did check that you will have it's late models at Millstream on that final race.
Oh,
late
nice.
models, late models, the stocks and trucks, and the Great Lake Super Sprints.
All of which will be really fun shows.
That will be
Yes.
a good show. Yeah.
Yes, that will be fun. So, but no, I think I found my limit last year running I-96. And
It's a lot of work, wasn't it?
It was a lot of work. I don't mind the work, but I don't feel like I did a good enough job with everything else, and that's not fair to everybody else that supports what we do.
Like you're spreading yourself too thin?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, whether pulling something off is not the problem. The problem is doing a good job at it. And I know I didn't do a good job at it. So, yeah, we did it and we pulled it off, but, I got to look at what we're gypsies. I finally realized that I'm a gypsy. I'm built for going into different racetracks every night, putting on a show and going home. I'm not built for having a brick and mortar track.
You're a traveling man.
I'm a traveling man. Yeah. Yep.
All right, Barry. Well, good luck with all the
Everything
super sprints.
you're doing.
Yeah, the Great Lakes Sprints. That's the all-encompassing
Yes.
name there for the super sprints, traditional sprints, lightning sprints. Looking forward to the season and seeing who's going to. Is there like any bragging rights, I guess, between the Ohio and Michigan guys as far as who's going to come out on top there?
No.
Any trash talking?
No.
We need to stir something up and get that started then.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I was going to make a football note, but I guess I'll leave that out. We've lost 3 in a row now, so it's tough when you live in Michigan and you're from Ohio State. But I'm sure we'll get some bragging rights pretty soon.
It's tougher if you're a Michigan State graduate. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. Living in Ohio, for that matter, but
Yeah. Well, yeah.
it happens.
Anyway, it happens.
The ebbs and flows. So, Barry, again, pleasure talking to you.
Well, it's good talking to you guys. Thanks for giving us some airtime.
Absolutely.
I always enjoy visiting with you guys.
Looking forward to
Thanks,
catching
Bears.
some shows this week.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get to Waynesfield. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
Yeah, it's not that far for you.
No, I've never been to Waynesfield, actually. So,
What?
yeah, it's one track I haven't been to.
Well, then by all means, it's going to be a beautiful day.
All right, we'll see if we can make that happen then.
All right. All right. Well, you guys have a great night. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
We'll see you, Barry.
All right. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
There you go. Barry Marlow, the owner of Great Lakes Super Sprints, traditional sprints, lightning sprints, but talking about the super sprints, the 360 wing sprint cars.
Yeah.
They put on a pretty good show, too.
Oh, they do.
So,
And I enjoy watching the traditional sprints. The non-wing.
why? Just because they're traditional? It's got an old-timey
Don't
feel
start.
to it with
Don't
the
start.
name. Okay.
Scott, in the comments, I saw some people saying that Attica had canceled the Saturday portion of it, and according to their website, they are going to make that Saturday call early Saturday morning.
Yeah, that was what I read this afternoon, so they haven't changed anything. So Friday is canceled, but Saturday is, as of right now, as of Thursday night at 8:04 p.m., that is still a go. And like Ron just said,
Subject to change.
Saturday morning they're going to make a call on that Saturday evening show.
Looking at the weather maps, they've been right in the middle of it, so...
So a lot's going to depend on what happens tomorrow. That wind, though, that Larry talked about, that could help things out, too. So we shall see. Coming up, we're going to do our How Many and also our racing menu for this weekend. We're going to, if you haven't put in hashtag DCR, you're running out of time to do that to win the Hammer Down Racing Report window decal, courtesy of DCR Graphics. We'll be doing that drawing here very shortly as well. First, you got to mention national award-winning Magic Moment Entertainment. If you're looking for a wedding DJ, give Ron a call. He's been in business for over 30 years. He's got no confusing packages, just one deal, one price, covers everything. He works with contracts, and he carries liability insurance, which is needed for most venues.
And,
which
and
we
we
learned.
found a couple of weeks ago that really is a thing.
That's important.
It's important.
Yeah. No charge for mileage. So he serves Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, Michigan. So I mean,
Clear to Michigan.
the UP is quite a drive.
Yeah, it is.
But anywhere in those states, no additional charge for travel or anything. And there's a really good deal for our listeners. You mentioned the Hammer Down Racing Report, and you will save $100. This show is worth $100 to your DJ entertainment. You'll save $100 there off of Ron's wedding reception price. Give him a call today, 419-594-2261. That's 419-594-2261. Or find Magic Moment Entertainment on Facebook. And that number also scrolling at the bottom of your screen if you're watching us on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, or X, or whatever we're calling it these days. Contact Freeze Frame Photos as well for all your racing photo needs, from action shots to victory lane, custom print magnets, can koozies, tumblers, and pretty much any kind of gift item you can think of. They can put any picture that they've taken on it. Photo prices are going to remain the same for the 14th year in a row at any of the tracks that they show up at, which will be Oakshade on Saturdays at least.
Right.
But Charlie, he's been known to show up at other places too.
He can't help himself.
No.
There's a race going on, and he wants to be there.
Buck for 4x6 photo, and the kids photo giveaway. It's back for every race night again in 2024. I'm not sure how many of those he's got booked up yet, but those went pretty fast, as I recall, last year. If you want to sponsor one of those nights, the first 50 kids would get first 50 kids through the door get a free 4x6 photo of their choice that night. Price of sponsors is just $50, and you get your name on the PA. All you got to do is give Charlie a call. He's got a new number, so if you had the number from before, he's got a new number now. It's 419-407-6994. Give him a call and get that booked. He does custom photo shoots, whatever. So if your car is looking good, you got a new body on it before you get it out to the track, might be a good time to give him a call, set up a photo session or something.
Check with Charlie Orns, too. He'd be really pleased if a few race cars showed up at his church on Strayer Road.
Oh, that's right. He's got that car show coming. When is that?
He does. I'm not sure. You have to look it up on Charlie's Facebook page.
Okay. Again, give him a call, 419-407-6994. Freeze frame photos, special moments frozen in time. We do not have a Hammer Down hotline call this week.
Oh, darn.
I know, much to your chagrin.
Yeah.
You're very upset about that.
Oh, darn.
But if you do want to call, feel free to call, leave a message, text, whatever, anytime, day or night, 419-318-3081, 419-318-3081 is that number. And now
we were talking about race results earlier. Did you see that Kyle Larson timed in second quick at Indy?
I heard something that he did pretty good at the Indy testing they had the other day.
On their open test. I don't know how he did the next couple of days, but he was on fire.
It's kind of like him jumping into a late model and winning, second night out or something?
Exactly.
So no surprise there, really. Time to give away some Big D's Pizza.
How many?
So how many from last week was how many laps would the 35th place finisher in the Dude Wipes 250 NASCAR Xfinity race at Martinsville complete?
I think my guess
You were pretty close.
86, I think.
No, your guess was 74.
74, okay.
And the correct answer was 70.
Ooh.
Corey Heim finished 35th, completing 70 laps. I picked 81, and Dave Gumby, who was here last week, he picked 80, so I was the furthest away.
You lose.
So congratulations. You get to pick first this week.
Thanks.
Congratulations to our listener winner who gets a Big D's Pizza, who guessed 72.
Ooh.
And that would be Kevin Light. Kevin Light was our listener winner for how many from last week, so he has 30 days to claim his pizza from Big D's Pizza. Just get with Dean Henry, myself, or Big D's, and you'll get a pizza there. You can bring us back some, too. We don't mind.
Yeah.
This week's how many? And a chance to win some Big D's Pizza next week is it has to do with this weekend. There's a lot of question marks because things may not happen. Things may happen. But this week's How Many? A chance to win a Big D's Pizza is how many GLSS 360 sprints will be at Waynesfield on Saturday? I should say, we'll be racing at Waynesfield on Saturday. So that means they have to get to 4 o'clock and start racing.
Oh, okay. So hot laps count.
It's not racing. Racing starts at 4.
But Saturday's going to be nice. So if they hot lap, they're going to
race, yeah. If they get the hot lapping, they're going to race. So, so you get to pick first. And if you want a chance to win a Big D's Pizza, our listeners out there, just put a number guess in the, so far everybody's pretty pessimistic.
I'm going optimistic on this deal, Scott. And I know you're going to go one under me, but I'm going with 24.
24, okay. Oh,
I think Larry.
Okay, there's some people that
Larry
put some
Boos is going to pull this
He's
one
gonna
out of his hat.
He's going to try it. All right, there's some optimistic people. First, 5 guesses are all zeros. If we do have a tie, we will spin the Big D's Pizza Wheel, so it's okay if you pick the same number as someone else. And we'll give you till, if you're listening to us on the podcast, they open at, they're going to make the, I don't know, when should we cut it off?
3 o'clock.
No, that's way too late. You
think?
Yeah. I'm thinking 10 a.m.
Ooh.
On Saturday morning. We're going to go with 10 a.m. Saturday morning. Because that might be the time they make the final call.
Make it noon.
All right, we'll go with noon. You have until noon Eastern time, if you're listening to us on the podcast, not live, to go and find the Facebook Live or the YouTube Live video.
It's open at noon. There we go.
And you can put your guess in the comments, and you'll be included as long as it's in there before noon. You can only guess once. If you guess more than once, you get black flagged. Did Bill Daniels guess .26?
I don't know.
Or is that I can't tell. It's too small. But anyway.
It'll be 26.
Yeah, we'll go with 26 on that. I don't think we'll have a quarter of a car there. But you never know. So we'll find. Oh, I got to pick a number, don't I?
May 4th is the car show.
I'm going 25. May 4th is the car for Charlie at the church. Yeah.
Yep.
Is that the church on Strayer, or is the one next to it?
It's the one on next to it.
Heritage Church or
Heritage
something?
Church, correct.
Okay, I think I remember seeing that. So yeah, if you want to get your car out to the car show, give Charlie a call about that too.
Or if you just want to go see a car show, make sure you tell Charlie that you heard about it on Hammer Down.
We appreciate that. So I'm going with 25 because I'm seeing some optimistic numbers here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going out on a limb here. So there you go. We'll find out who wins how many next week. Right now, it's time to talk about some races this weekend, at least hopefully.
This weekend's Big D's Pizza Racing Menu.
So as we mentioned, tomorrow night, Attica Raceway Park, the Corn Spring Nationals night number 1 has been canceled. So that was going to be 410s and late models. That has been canceled. Saturday is still on for Attica Raceway Park, the Corn Spring Nationals, 410s, 6,000 to win, and 305 sprints, 1.2 thousand to win, 1,200 to win, basically.
And that call will be made Saturday morning.
And Saturday morning, they will make a final call as to whether or not that Saturday evening show happens.
It's kind of a big show, so...
It used to be the All-Stars. This is the first year that's
they
non-sanctioned.
They want to be fair to the guys that travel, so they will make that call Saturday morning.
And gates will open at 3 if we do go on with that show Saturday at Attica. Racing at 7 p.m. General admission $25 for the show there at Attica Waynesfield Raceway Park. Also in action with the Let's Go 30, the Boss Wingless Sprints in action, as well as the GLSS Sprints, Midwest Thunder Midgets, as we've talked to Larry earlier. Gates open at noon, racing at 4. General admission is $20 for that. So a couple of choices there on Saturday. Maybe you could go catch the races at Waynesfield and then hurry over to Attica and catch the... you could get there in time for the features.
That'd be a sprint car weekend.
Yeah, a sprint to the sprint car races.
Oh, yeah.
Other series action this weekend, the Kubota High Limit Sprint Car Series, they were going to be in action at Texarkana 67 Speedway in Arkansas tomorrow night. That has been rained out, or flooded out, I believe is the terminology. No makeup date for that. The Stockyard Stampede at Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth, Texas on Saturday is still on for the High Limit Sprint Car Series. RPM Speedway in Crandall, Texas on Sunday. And then they have the Red Dirt Rumble at Red Dirt Raceway in Meeker, Oklahoma on Tuesday, April 16th. So 3 out of the 4 races scheduled
are still there.
Still on for the High Limit Sprint Car Series. World of Outlaw NAS Energy Sprint Car Series. I-55.
5-5.
Yes. I-55 Sprint Car Showdown at Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55 in Beverly, Missouri. That is on for tomorrow and Saturday, 12th and 13th of April. The Case Construction late models, the World of Outlaws, that is, for Farmer City, the Illini 100, that's going to take place tomorrow and Saturday as well. So World of Outlaws sprints and late models still tentatively scheduled here for Friday and Saturday action. NASCAR Crafts and Trucks Series on Friday night. Texas Motor Speedway, I guess all the NASCAR Top 3 Series at Texas this weekend. The trucks tomorrow night, Friday night, 8:30 p.m. That'll be on FS1. Andy's Frozen Custard 300 for the Xfinity Series. That'll be Saturday at 1:30 on FS1. And the Cup Series Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 400 at Texas Motor Speedway, Sunday at 3:30 on FS1 as well. And a couple more shows down under in Australia. Ultimate Grand Final on Saturday at High Tech Speedway, featuring sprint cars, super sedans, speed cars, wingless sprints, late models, and AMCA Nationals. And then Murray Bridge Speedway, going to have some wingless sprints, junior sedans, and Formula 500s on Saturday as well, April 13th. And that's it for our Big D's Pizza racing menu. Get your orders in now. Hopefully you can... Hopefully we won't run out of whatever you order. Let's draw for our winner here. Let's see how many we got. We got about 38 people entered in the hashtag DCR. If you haven't done that yet, you probably want to do it right now.
You've got a couple seconds left.
We're going to
hashtag DCR.
If you already did, you're good to go. You're in the drawing. If you did it more than once, not going to matter. You only get one entry. You just wasted some extra keystrokes there, but that's no big deal. So let's... pull this up and draw for the winner of tonight's Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker. Again, you can get these for just $5. If you don't win, you can get them mailed straight to you. I've had some people ask me about it that I've put in contact with Dale Cole there at DCR Graphics to get those. Slap them on your car, tag us with a photo, or email, send it to whatever. Just get it to us, and you'll be part of the Hammer Down Army for this year. We'll put you up on the HammerdownRacingReport.com website. There's a Hammer Down Army button on there. You can see all the latest drivers. And again, if you were in the Army last year,
got to do it again.
You need to re-enlist. So
re-up.
Here you go. Let's pull this up and give away. This week's sticker is going to go to... Dean Henry's name popping up there quite a bit. Rick Phillips, congratulations. You are the winner of this week's Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker. You will have 30 days to claim that sticker from Ron Miller Race Cars up there in...
I think Rick won a couple of weeks ago, too. So
did he?
Yeah, he's going to be able to really deck out his race car.
He got one for each side now. There you go.
Maybe one for his street car.
There you go. You can share with your friends, too. You know, it's your sticker. You can do with it as you please. So, congratulations. We'll give away more next week on the show. It looks like, we still got a pretty decent collection there.
Inventory is still up.
We should be inventoried at least until race season begins for us, which would be in the next few weeks. Thanks to our associate producer, Dave Kemmer, contributors John Young, Matt Swander, Bob Stazak. Make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, I'm sorry, X. I haven't updated that. Follow us on X at Hammer Report. Follow us on YouTube as well. Listen on your favorite podcasting platform. You can listen on your least favorite. I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever podcasting platform you want to. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. We're on all of them. Check us out at hammerdownracereport.com. You can listen to us right on our website as well. Also check out the Hammer Down Army drivers for this year.
Yeah, give us a call or a text on our...
On the Hammer Down hotline?
Yeah.
Yeah.
419-318-3081.
Yes, I almost remember it now. That's right. Thanks to our sponsors, DCR Graphics, Dominator Race Products, Oak Shade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, Dipman Motorsports, Magic Moment Entertainment, and, of course, Victory Fuel for keeping us fueled up so we can get through the show. Thanks to our guests this week, Barry Marlow and Larry Boos. Get out and support your local racetrack, I guess either Attica or Waynesfield this weekend. And then next week on the show, we will have a lot of stuff going on. Brandon Hamby from Toledo and Flat Rock Speedways will be on with us. He's the general manager and marketing director, talking about the seasons coming up at those tracks. I believe Toledo is going to be kicking things off next weekend.
Ooh.
I believe it's the Riley Beal Classic.
Right.
That's why I had that scheduled. We're also expanding out to Lorain Raceway Park. We'll have someone with us from Lorain Raceway Park next week. Dwayne Hancock from the AFCS Series will be with us next week as well. Talk about the opener at Fremont and Attica. And we're going to be giving away tickets to Fremont Speedway for Saturday night, not a week from Saturday.
Right.
Next Saturday is what I'm trying to say. And that's courtesy of Big D's Pizza. So those a lot going on.
Those tickets are probably good anytime, right?
I think they're specific.
Okay.
Because you can buy tickets online now.
Okay.
For them. So I think that's what that's going to be. We'll have that all figured out by next week on the show.
Maybe.
So tune in next Thursday at 7 o'clock. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and have a great weekend. And happy Easter from a couple weeks ago, because I forgot to say that.
Oh, well. Stay dry, folks.
Yeah. Build a boat. Don't float away. We're out. Good night.
Good night, all.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.